Hello, my name is Hallie Anderson, and I'd like to welcome you all to the first day of senior speeches for the class of 2021. So let me begin by simply saying, pigeons. They are the rats of the sky, the most hated animal in every major city across the world. However, pigeons is the answer anyone in our grade would provide you if you asked them to say one thing about Jessica Joshi. Pigeons are her favorite animal. I don't think anyone really knows the root of Jessica's love for pigeons, but if I had to guess, I'd say that 10-year-old Jess realized just how much the world hated pigeons and decided that they needed some love too. So of course, little Jess made it her life's mission to show these abominable creatures some love. Jess loves everyone just as she loves pigeons. She is quick to spy the least of these and bring them into the fold with a warm smile or an intense game of bunny-bunny. No matter the tactic, she always seems to find a way to make sure everyone feels included. Some of you aren't lucky enough to know Jessica for her love of pigeons, but if that's the case, I am certain that you've at least been graced by a blur of duct-taped binders and running shoes rushing in the direction of the library at least once in your time at St. Mary's. And there is a 100% chance that that blur of a person was Jessica Joshi. So whether you know her as the Pigeon Fan Club's sole member or as the studious and determined girl that passes you in the halls, I know that what she has to say today will blow you away. So give it up for my dear friend and the president of the class of 2021, Jessica Gertis Joshi.
Sometime in the middle of junior year, in that blur we call third quarter, I sat in the front row of the calculus classroom, sipping a Blue Raz Bang energy drink in between questions on my math worksheet. Mr. Sohn watched me down the last drops and whispered, "Ani, no," as the rest of my math class warned me of the danger of energy drinks in the teenage body. I responded in the only way I knew how, by forcing a smile with an automatic response. "It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine." And indeed, I would make it fine. That night, I would go home to work too long for classes that I cared too much about, go to bed too late, and wake up too early, fully prepared to do it all over again the next day and the day after that. It's a cycle that I entered early on, and I keep on living it every day, existing in a state that is so painfully fine. I still manage to convince myself that work is the only thing that matters, that I am somehow noble for neglecting rest and relationships. Pride has managed to steer me away from my passions and the people I love most. Now, for those of you who have ever consumed 300 milligrams of caffeine before the first period bell, will be familiar with the heart palpitations and short, shallow gasps that keep me alert enough to drag my weary sack of bones from class to class. The worst part is that the human body can live like this for quite some time. Caffeine and a relentless chase for success keep you existing for a while, perhaps your entire life. But that's all it's going to be, existing. One day, I read Mary Oliver's poem, "Have You Ever Tried to Enter the Long Black Branches?" in which the poet asks, "Listen, are you breathing just a little and calling it a life?" It was like Oliver was speaking directly to me. This thing I willingly called my life had become dull and empty. I was choosing to sacrifice what are supposed to be some of the most memorable days of my life now for some vague promise at contentment later. If I continue this way, my memories will be a stream of regret, refused moments of joy, and breathing just a little. I've known too many people who live like this too. Somehow, we have convinced ourselves that we are only meant to endure, to exist, to be fine. We weren't meant to call this our life. One day, you're going to find yourself in the west side of the chapel, wearing your pink senior polo, and you will realize how much time you've lost breathing just a little, how much life that has slipped through your fingers. Because in 199 days, I'm going to run out of the chapel wearing all black regardless of how I spent my time here. I don't get another chance to decide that my next year of high school will be different. There will be no more times to look up, slow down, or choose delight. These are the years we're growing up. We're discovering what makes us tick and who we love and who we want to be. There is so much life to live in this corner of the universe. Our sacks of bones deserve deep, full breaths and moments that take our breath away. Those class discussions that last long after the bell rings. The chapel talks that leave us with tears down our faces. The free periods spent in our favorite teacher's classroom. The things that keep us so fully alive. We deserve to be more than fine. Those blue raspberry chemicals could never change that. I want to choose life and choose breath. May we all. Thank you.